Coach. Thank you. EA Sports coverage of the NFL finds us at Bank of America Stadium in Uptown Charlotte. Nothing like the fanfare of introductions to an NFL game, and that was in evidence a moment ago. Fireworks, pyrotechnics, you name it. This crowd is ready as their guys get set to match up between the New Orleans Saints and the Carolina Panthers. Three 3-0 versus 0-3. Will current form hold? We'll find out as we're off in Week 4. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. The first carry now. This is Alvin Kamara. And he's able to plow forward up to about the 29, just shy of the 30. It's a pickup of 4, and it'll bring up second down.
I call that play a success. A nice inside run sets up a very manageable second down. A very solid gain on that play.
Here's Locke. Pressure comes in. He's brought down. It's a Panther sack. Mario Addison able to drop him for a loss of 4. So now an early 3rd and 10 here on their opening drive. Now Locke. Escaping the pressure right. Now he'll let it go deep right side. Looks for Parker, and it's intercepted. Picked up by James Bradbury. And he'll take it across midfield to the 46-yard line. Parker unable to get that one. Certainly not how they envisioned ending their opening drive here in the first quarter.
Too many ones in this play. First quarter, first drive, first interception thrown.
And that last one, that hurts. First carry of the game for Christian McCaffrey. And able to push his way forward here for a good little gain. Demario Davis there on the stop.
When we see those runs to the perimeter, when we see those runs to the edge, we think about big breakers, don't we? In this case, it was a modest gain, but it does open up possibilities here on second down.
Hey!
Here's Newton now on second down. He's going to let this one go deep. And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off by the safety, Kenny Vaccaro. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. After the interception, it's Locke. And he finds Fitzgerald. And they'll get him down right at around the 11-yard line. 5 yards on the catch there, brings up second down.
And, partner, I think that's a great example that not all tight ends are created equal. Because everything was right. Got the completion, but he's not one of the more dynamic guys in the league. So even though he caught it, couldn't turn it into much more.
12.
On second down, here's Locke. Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back, complete. And they're able to bring him down at the 20. 9 yards on the pickup there, and it keeps the drive alive.
53.
Now a first down carry. It's Kamara. Gets this to the 24 for a gain of 4.
It's really simple to say that they know their identity, that they are a passing team. But one of the reasons that they're so successful, they know how to mix in the run and make sure that they keep the defense off balance and not able to just simply say, let's go get the quarterback and disrupt things.
Drops this up to Kamara out of the backfield. It's a 9-yard gain, and it keeps the drive moving.
We always talk about having to read defenses and how complicated that is. Well, this was an excellent read. Read the pressure and got rid of the football before it even got to him for a nice game.
And when they're blitzing like that, running back usually a good spot to go with a football?
Without a doubt, because he's right in your sight line or he's near you. So you're able to just get it to him easily. And once he gets in space, that's usually a good matchup for him.
Couple of first downs to kick off the drive. Here's 1st and 10 up at the 46. Back to throw. Locke looking middle, and it's It's incomplete. The All-Pro linebacker Luke Kuechly right there on the coverage, stride for stride.
But there's no trace of nervousness there. He was able to diagnose that play from his linebacker position, stay in excellent coverage, and bat the ball away.
12.
On 2nd and 10, Locke. Eluding. Now a hit, and Locke lost the football. It's out, and the Panthers have recovered. And they put it on the ground here on the second drive. And, of course, Charles, that follows drive number 1 where they had the INT.
Makes you wonder what's going on with this team, because a lot of times we can attribute it to nerves, but maybe it's a lack of focus. Maybe it's the preparation for the game. Maybe they just came into it a little lackadaisical, because that's just not looking good at all. That's just not the football that we came here to see.
Takes to midfield, but no further. Just a yard there.
Well, we saw him there trying to get it to the outside, trying to get to the perimeter, but not a whole lot of room there. But there's got to be one positive to that. If you keep moving laterally, creases tend to develop as the game moves on, and they can run it back inside later.
From the 50, Newton. Pressure, and he's going to be taken down. They sack him back right around the 44. I was waiting for them to get there first, because the momentum they carry from last week, unbelievable. They had a snowman, 8 sacks.
You were surprised that it took this long, and this isn't that long, truthfully. But here's the thing. If you've seen that on tape, your offensive line is going to have to ask for help. Tight end has to stay in. If you use a fullback, keep him in. Make sure you have extra people to try and keep your quarterback upright. Didn't work on that play.
And he's got his target. That's more. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. A big gain of 39 on 3rd.
There will always be a place for methodically marching the ball downfield. But when you can pick it up in big chunks and strike like that, have explosive plays, that's often the difference in winning and losing. Those types of plays that can knock a defense off balance, that'll drive a team towards a victory.
Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9. To throw on 2nd down is Newton. And he will take it across for a Panthers touchdown. Greg Olsen, his first touchdown on the year. And the Panthers are going to take a first-quarter lead. Gano the extra point, and it's now a 7-0 game. Gano out to kick this one away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. Out is the Saints offense now as they get ready to take over here. They start the drive on the ground. Kamara. And the ball is knocked out.
Wow, that ball gets knocked free, but a teammate comes along and scoops it up. It's almost like baseball. Guys at bat, people are on base in scoring position. One guy doesn't get him home, the next guy comes through and picks him up.
And avoids the turnover. They'll lose a yard, and it brings up 3rd.
We think, Brandon, I like the intensity this defense is showing right here in these first few drives. They're not just holding the line because they're doing their job, but they're doing more than that, aren't they? They're getting a nice push into the offensive backfield.
And a great example right there for the loss on the tackle. Throwing on 3rd down, Locke. The Panther rush too strong. They get there and take him down. Kerry Hyder in there to drop him for a 6-yard loss, and that'll lead to a 4th down. He was only asked to punt once in the victory last week as he sends this one away. With it is Jackson. A good return there, call it 13 yards. And the Panthers will take over now, 1st and 10. Carolina getting set to take the field. And that last drive, a long drive, but not just that. They had a great air attack going. Do they stick with that?
I would think that they would, because if they were confident enough to do it on the last drive, starting backed up in their own territory, why would you change anything? They've got to be confident about what they're presenting and continue to do so.
Yeah, because the secondary, they really look clueless.
And that was amazing because that drive went and went, no adjustments and no big plays by the defense to knock the ball away.
Hey, hey. Gun. Do something.
On second down, here's Newton. Stepping up, he'll try and run. With my good friend Charles Davis, Brandon Gaudin with you. It's the Panthers in possession of the football as we begin quarter number 2. They'll come up on a 3rd and 4 here to start things out.
Gun. 20. Set. Ready? 20.
Out of the gun, Newton. And he'll be corralled out across midfield down to the 45. They get 14 yards there and a first down.
Now that was pretty. They executed that curl route versus zone coverage, and that changes things a little bit because against man, it's often a tight curl, sharply run route. Against zone, you're just looking for that open spot, that dead area, so you may curl it a little bit wider just to get to that place.
And usually a tight window. He fired a bullet in there for the completion. And he's got room. 20, 10, touchdown, Carolina. A big play there. His 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Panthers add on to their lead. And on that long run, maybe the defense caught napping a little bit.
The concentration level may not have been there. I agree with you on that one because those types of plays, when they result like that, they're almost like big bolts of lightning, aren't they? Whoosh, and off he goes.
This is fielded a couple yards deep. And now running right through it. And the decision to bring it out will cost him about 5 yards as he'll get this only back to the 20. The Saints offense now, they get ready to head back onto the field. Already down 2 touchdowns here in the first half. This becomes a pretty important drive, doesn't it?
It certainly does, and a lot of the teams script plays. We know that, right? They have a script to start the ball game, and typically those scripts go between 12 and 24, 25 plays. Down 2 touchdowns early, probably not very deep into their script. I think that they'll stay with it. I don't think they'll abandon it just yet and try and generate some offense on this drive.
Anything. At least 3 points. Get that 0 off the board. A second down pass play there, but it's incomplete. A little too much oomph, too much mustard there on that pass.
Yeah, really turned it loose, didn't he? Really cut loose with that one. Sharp, strong. Didn't lead to a completion, though. Made it very difficult.
They tried to throw on second down, unsuccessful. Now it's 3rd and 1. Out of the gun, Luck. That's complete to Meredith. And he's going to have the first down at about the 38. His first catch, good for 8 and a first down.
This has to go down as one of the simpler routes in the playbook, but oh so effective. Nice completion there. Keeps the sticks moving.
To the 40 and no further, so the razzle-dazzle didn't get him much. Shaq Thompson on the tackle that time.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
Love. Flushed out right. Caught on the right side by Dorsett. And he's out of bounds just before the midfield stripe at the 49. Now they face a 2nd and long following the holding penalty. Now Luck. Got a man open. That's Devontae Parker complete. Devontae Parker, the intended receiver, and it's 3rd and 4. Before the game, they were running the route tree about as efficiently and effectively as we could have possibly imagined, but sometimes the passes just go awry.
Yeah, let's face it. When you're running the route tree in pregame, you don't have defenders breathing down your neck. You don't have defensive backs making plays on the football. Hard to replicate the intensity of the game in pregame.
Luck showing he can be dangerous when he tucks and runs. He's able to pick up the first down.
How about that scramble by Andrew Luck? Sometimes we forget just how big, strong, and, yes, fast Andrew Luck is. When he came out of college at the Combine, shocked everyone, ran a sub-4.
And this is caught inside the 5. It's a big play there for the Saints. 46 yards.
That's a big-time pitch and catch right there. And, partner, I remember the days when quarterbacks would try this. They were holding their breath. But nowadays, they're counting on their receiver to be just a little bit better than the defensive back when it's one-on.
And he's got it. Touchdown, Saints. A great play there with his first career NFL touchdown. And the Saints are back within a score. Well, he wasn't the guy they were initially going for, but after going through the progressions, it worked.
When you have plenty of people who can catch the football, you don't always have to go to your primary target, and sometimes that target is actually covered. Nice job coming off of that and getting it to someone who was open.
And the man out of the backfield gets in for the score. Jackson now to return. And they're going to start this drive in pretty good shape as they get it up past the 30. Carolina getting set to take the field. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked, but you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters because you know they'll make some adjustments.
Flush to his right, and he'll toss this one incomplete. Seeing no options, he throws it away.
What's the old adage? Be quick, but don't hurry. Well, that went right out the window there. He was hurried, harassed. That ball had to be gotten rid of, otherwise he was going to get sacked.
Here's 2nd and 10 now from about the 32. 2nd and 10, Newton again. This one complete to Devin Funchess. His first catch, good for 16 and a first. And that's one of his advantages of a passer, is now with his height, setting back there in the pocket, firing it over the middle, he can really see everything clearly.
It is, and I know that other quarterbacks get...
Looking for Funchess, but it's intercepted. Picked off by Marshawn Lattimore. And the return stops just a few yards shy of midfield. They'll spot the ball at the 47-yard line. A good starting spot for the Saints as they come up 1st and 10. From the gun, here's Luck. Looks for Parker, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Rashawn Golden, and his guys will take over at their own 44-yard line.
Oh, timing is everything on a route like this. He tried to drive that football into a tight spot. And if you're a little early or a little late, chances are there's going to be someone there. And sure enough, this one's going the other way.
Play clock down to 0, and this is not the way to start a drive. And that'll be accepted, of course, and that moves them back 5. And the Panthers, who were the least penalized team in the entire NFL last year, come up here on a 1st and 15. McCaffrey following the penalty. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. Call it no gain on the play, and it'll be second down.
I know the scouting report on him is that he doesn't possess the eye discipline to be an elite linebacker, and what that means is his ability to read, react, and make a play. But on that one, he looked like one of those guys.
What is Black Andy? Hey.
Looking to throw on second down. Newton dancing to his left. And he can't find anywhere to go with it, and he goes down. And now the Saints are going to take a timeout on defense. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this second quarter.
Okay, you know my bias is about to come out here. A lot of people think that the offense is just moving in the wrong direction. I'd say they're moving in the right direction because the defense is pushing them back.
Former defensive guy. Now, as a quarterback, 3rd and long, you really got to rally the troops here, don't you?
Yeah, you do in a big way. And what else do you have to look out for? More pressure coming at you because it seems to be working pretty well.
And he took the contact as he was throwing it, and the ball drops incomplete.
Are we on the same page here, partner? Because I think they had the right idea. Just take what you can get on 3rd and forever.
Yeah, in real life, I'd say yes. It's just these video games are tempting. You want to go downfield with it.
I like the way you evolved. You learned how to play it the Madden way.
A minute 57 to go in this first half. Back with more from Charlotte after this. The 4th down run successful. Now they look to pay it off on 1st down. Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. And this one goes nowhere. Losing yardage back at the 22. It's a loss of 4 there, bringing up 2nd down.
You know what the key to a good screen pass is, don't you?
Bet you're going to tell me. Good blocking?
Well, good blocking eventually. But first is good acting. You want to let the defenders go past you, leak out to whichever side or even in the middle where you want to set up the screen, and then you do your blocking. How about the read, though, by the defensive guys?
Pressure comes in. He's brought down. It's a Panther sack. Dontari Poe getting in there from his defensive tackle spot to snow him under for a loss of 4. The Saints on 3rd down. They've hit 2 for 4 thus far. This will be 3rd and 19. A shotgun snap for Love. And the pressure gets to him again. Kerry Hyder in there to get him his 2nd sack now of the afternoon. That's number 4. Sack number 4. They had 4 last week, so he's been down on the ground a lot.
Partner, they say the eye in the sky does not lie. And that's indeed the case because they watched the game tape from the previous week, incorporated it into their own defensive scheme, and continued to get after this quarterback.
And now this defense will be searching for sack number 5. So a change of possession here on the punt. And possession will switch hands, 1st and 10. An update from Buffalo. The Bills have taken the early lead. That one tight to this point, and you'd have to imagine it'll stay tight throughout. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. On 1st and 10, Newton. It's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
They went with a dime look on defense. 2 extra defensive backs on the field and covered up essentially every blade of grass. That allowed them to disrupt the play.
Line of scrimmage, again the 37 as they line up 2nd and 10. On 2nd and 10, Newton. And they get to Newton and take him down for the sack. Cameron Jordan. Now we'll get a quick timeout called by New Orleans, number 2, as they stop it with 28 seconds to go in the first half of play. So now Cam leads the Panthers up following the sack. Carolina facing 3rd and long. A shotgun snap for Newton. He's going to slip, and that's caught inside the 35. Touchdown, Carolina. A big play there as the first half is winding down, and the Panthers are able to grow their lead. And that'll give them a 2-score lead here, but I'm looking ahead. They just want to hold it for the final moments here of the second quarter. They don't want to give up anything on the other side.
No, not at all, because if they don't, it almost had the feel of an imposing their will score. And right now, they want to make sure they keep that and carry it into the second half.
And a pretty good return here. He'll be stopped just shy of the 25 at the 24-yard line. And now the Saints get set to trot out there. And with time quickly fading here in the second quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot.
Luck on first down. And that's incomplete. Clock stops with 10 seconds left. An incomplete pass on first down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. They'll run it now out of the gun. And some room to roam now. And he's going to be taken down here with a penalty flag on the field. Now, that's one they hate. The ball's got to come all the way back.
So that's an explosive play, a really explosive play that gets wiped out, and they have to start over after the penalty.
Following the penalty, it's Kamara. And he's going to be taken down here as that will lead us to the end of the first half of play. So it's halftime here in Charlotte with the Panthers out on top. As we'll get you down the coast to Orlando for Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach! Fielded about a yard deep. Out come the Panthers. They'll have it first on offense in the third quarter. This is sort of what you would call a put-away drive, isn't it? They score here, especially a touchdown. It's almost out of reach.
It certainly feels that way, and I think that they're going to call their plays accordingly, because what you really want to do, even though you know the scoreboard is still up there and the game's going to go on, in fact, you can take the spirit away from another team, that their drive and will to come back and win can be taken with another score right here.
Yeah, still third quarter, but you just get that feel.
Yeah, they're teetering right there on the brink, aren't they?
They stay on the ground. McCaffrey again. And, he's going to be brought down by the face mask. Here come the flags. This is going to get him a first down. After the penalty, a fresh set of downs. It's 1st and 10. Again, they run. Again, it's McCaffrey. And he's going to take this across the 50 and into Saints territory. 7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave him with a 2nd and 3.
They're trying to show that they can run the ball and protect this lead. Give it to the backs, play a little bit of keep away, don't you think?
And that's probably a good philosophy at this point, going to make that defense stand up and stop them. And that play goes nowhere. Taken down, losing yardage at the 50, right at midfield. The Panthers on 3rd down. They've been good, 3 for 4 thus far. This time it's 3rd and 3. From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. And look at this. Cam Newton intercepted a 3rd time. Picked off by the linebacker, Demario Davis. And his guys will take over at their own 44-yard line. So good starting field position for him here as they come up 1st and 10. They begin on the ground with Kamara. And he'll take this one up close to about the 45. Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9. You know, despite the scoreline, I think they've got to like where they are here. They're on the road and just one big play away from getting right back in this game.
I'm going to follow right along with you, because the spot they're in now is a credit to their defense. They've kept them in it by making the plays that they've made, and that just means you're one big score away from being right back there.
Now the question is, can this offense step up and make that play? Because that's been an issue for them in this game. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on third down.
12.
Block on third down. Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back, complete. And past the 35, he'll be dropped a yard or two shy of the 30. 17 yards on the pickup there and also a first down. From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. Now a first down throw, Locke. Nowhere to turn here, and he's going to go down. Back at about the 37-yard line. K1 short. In there to get him for a loss of 5. So 2nd and long, and got to be careful not to fall out of field goal range. Here's Locke. And Josh Hill has it. And he's got this down almost to the 20 before he's dropped. That one good for 16, and the drive will continue.
One of the advantages of zone defense, as I remember it, is being able to see the play develop in front of you. One of the disadvantages, when they find those levels where they can hit you with it. Sometimes behind the corner and in front of the safety, it makes it tough to defend.
And he's going to get this one down inside the 15. It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3.
Not too many offenses want to turn down long drives, but when you're down what they are, they've got to pay it off with some points.
On 2nd down, here's Locke. Drops it underneath for Rawls. And here he'll get it down to the 7. 7 yards on the pickup there, and now they've got it 1st and goal.
Everyone's got to be able to catch the football. Doesn't matter what position you play, but if you're on offense, be aware a ball may come your way.
Try to pound it in, Kamara. And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. No gain on the play that time, and it sets up 2nd and goal.
Perfectly designed blitz right there. They took that one from the grease board to the field because they were able to free up their linebacker to get into the backfield and spill the play.
To throw on 2nd down is Locke. And fighting for the end zone. He lost the football. It's out. That's the score you felt they had to have here in the 3rd quarter to get back in this game.
And you know that there's an emphasis on their side. Hey, we know this. We know where we are. But sometimes that binds you up so much that you try too hard, you don't get the score. A perfect combination of urgency, yet relaxed enough to get it done.
Lutz with the extra point. And they're back with it, a touchdown at 21-14. Jackson now to return. And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line. Carolina getting set to take the field. And 3 interceptions in this game. And I would have to think, I wasn't a quarterback, but number 4 is kind of, you're like, oh, man, I can't throw 4.
No, what's interesting is, what do the coaches decide to do now? Having thrown 3, do you alter your offensive strategy? Do you take the ball out of his hands and maybe turn to the running game? Or do you have that supreme confidence that he's going to turn things around?
We'll see what they do. And he'll lose yardage here, going down back at the 28. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be 2nd down.
That goes down as a loss against his rushing stats. But really, should he have to absorb that one? He had no chance on that play before they overwhelmed him.
Pretty much on top of him before he could take his first step. Here's Newton now on 2nd down. And the hit jarred it loose. It's incomplete. Well, the numbers have been good in the passing game, and certainly a big reason why they have the lead. But now here, 3rd quarter, maybe go to the run game a little more?
Yeah, perhaps. I mean, after that incompletion, a little credit to the defense for shutting them down on that play. Maybe you try and run the football a little bit more in this spot. But they have to feel good about how they've been throwing it overall.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. From the gun, here's Newton. And an alley to run. The scramble good for a nice gain of 10 yards, but still 4th down.
That was a good effort there, trying to do it on his own. But as a defender, you're in a tough spot because you have coverage responsibilities behind you. And if you take off too quick to try and get him down, he might loft it over your head.
So better to track with your man defensively than try to go up and make a stop on the quarterback.
Exactly right. What you're hoping is that your guys in the front seven can get him down.
Yeah, that is much too long. That's into the end zone for a touchback. The Saints coming out now to take the field. And they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline, because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you scored points, it's a whole lot better view than when you're trying to figure out how to fix things there.
And he's brought down, getting this one up to about the 35. 15 yards is the pickup there, and the drive starting very nicely. First down. Luck now. 5 straight completions here in this second half. 1st and 10. A 10th carry for Kamara. Oh, he's got some breathing room. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. And a nice carry there of 15 yards.
Sometimes it's hard to believe, but there are times this game is about patience, isn't it? Has had the game he expected, but that run there, that may get him going.
I was just going to say, maybe that gives him a little juice, because you're right, he struggled, especially in that first half.
Yeah, and I know the great
rush coming, and he's taken down.
This has been a tough one for this offensive line. It appears almost like they've been on roller skates this entire game, the way they've been pushed around. 6 sacks given up in this one.
Don't need it all back at once, but you figure they're going to need something here. 17 yards to go on 2nd down. And we're back now in Charlotte. It's the Saints who hold the football, but they're trailing as we begin the 4th quarter of play. Now, following the sack, they'll look to make amends on a 2nd down and 17. Here's Locke. Escaping the pressure right. And incomplete there. A nice hit. Jars the ball free and brings up 3rd down.
Now, he's been a busy man out of the backfield. They've looked his way quite a bit so far in this game.
Nice job there defensively, though, adjusting, because a couple of his earlier catches, he was wide open. Not that time.
You mentioned the key word, adjustment. A better cover man on him now in space.
3rd and long. It's Locke. Philip Dorsett holds it in. And he'll be brought down just shy of midfield at the 49-yard line. The completion good for only 6, and that'll bring up 4th. Here's Thomas Morstead now as he's on to punt for New Orleans. And this is away. It's a high kick, and he got all of it. Carolina getting set to take the field. Well, they're going to have to go at least 50, 60 yards here if they want to ensure that they don't have to punt the ball like they did last time.
Yeah, so what you're saying is we're not playing to just get out of the shadow of your own goal line, right? You're playing to make sure the punter doesn't see the field again, so it's not picking up a couple of first downs. You want to pick up...
Oh, and this is going to wind up a safety. Well, I think you can go ahead and give your punter an assist on that one. Pinned him deep, and the defense comes through with 2 points.
You're exactly right, partner. This was all set up by a great punt, and if the ball goes in the end zone, this never happens. So great call. Give the punt team and the punter some love.
Out onto the field comes New Orleans. And a tight game after punting last time. See if they can get something going on this drive.
As they head to the field now, with the game this close, you've got to feel there's a sense of urgency for them going on offense right now. But they have to do it without letting panic creep in and affect their play.
Now a pitch out to Kamara. And he went backwards. He'll be down at the 30. A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's 2nd down.
I know when I was a kid, I always got real excited when I saw those lateral-type runs. But the best backs that made it happen, they put a foot in the ground and just go. That didn't happen there. That play got swallowed up.
Now it's Locke. Stepping up, he's going to keep it. And he'll get it up to the 33-yard line. He'll wind up with positive yardage. It's a gain of 3, but now it's 3rd down.
How about a tip of the cap to the defense? They're working against a very mobile quarterback, but all day long they've kept him under wraps. And on that play, they held him to a short gain.
The Saints on third down, 3 for 7 so far in this game. This is 3rd and 9. Luck now to throw. That's complete. It's Rawls. And that one results in 35 yards.
Well, partner, I'm not sure how this drive's going to end, but how about the way they flip field position there? A nice attacking play that picked up a heck of a chunk of yardage.
So the big play changes the complexion of things. Here's 1st and 10 just outside the 30. They'll run it now out of the gun. And that play is blown up, losing yardage back at the 35. A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's 2nd down. Under 4 to go now as the clock runs and they come up on 2nd down. Here's Luck now on 2nd down. Drops this off to Kamara out of the backfield. And he'll work it inside the 30 to the 29-yard line. Give him 6 on the play, and it'll be 3rd down.
And we see another pitch and catch there to the running back. This position just continues to evolve. They become just as critical to the passing attack as a lot of receivers, tight ends, because their ability to make people miss in the open field can really generate big plays for an offense.
Throwing on 3rd down, Luck, eluding the pressure right. His throw caught at about the 5. And he'll take it into the end zone for the Saints touchdown. A great effort there with touchdown number 8 on the year. And the Saints have moved out in front here in the 4th quarter. Out of the gun, Luck. And this one's caught. And their 4th quarter lead grows by a couple more. Morstead, the punter, out to kick it off. The Panthers offense here, they get ready to head back on the field. And the last time they had the football, they surrendered 2 points on the safety. They don't want to do that one again.
No, not at all. It's almost like a bases clearing double, isn't it? Give up a couple of runs.
Sure.
just messes things up for you offensively. But now they've got to go ahead, take it, set it aside, and move forward.
And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. Cameron Jordan in there to drop him for his 5th sack of the year.
Here we go. Hey.
On 2nd down, here's Newton. Under pressure again, and down he goes again.
So, Brandon, we've sat in with a lot of coaches, and when they talk about things they want to accomplish offensively, I'm not sure that sack and sack are on their play sheet.
So now Cam leads the Panthers up following the sack. Carolina facing 3rd and long. Out of the gun, Newton. And he gets it to Funchess complete. And they're going to get this beyond the 40 before he's taken down. And they're able to convert on 3rd with a solid gain of 23. Now it's Newton. Quick slant, caught by Moore. And he'll get it out to midfield. They'll spot it right at midfield at the 50. Give him 9 there on the 1st down completion. That last catch short of the marker by just a yard leaves him with a very manageable 2nd and 1. Time for a break. We're back to see what happens after this.
20.
From the 50, Newton. Funchess with a catch over the middle. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. Newton finding Funchess for the Panther first down.
Pardon, you got to like what they're doing right there. Little by little, they're getting closer. Another good pickup.
They'll look to throw. Caught left side by Funchess. And they'll get this one to about the 20-yard line. Another big gainer that time. This one goes for 19 yards. Newton now 6 for 6 since coming back out of the locker room. It's 1st and 10. Back to throw. Flushed out right. And able to get this down inside the 15, either the 13 or 14 before he's out of bounds. Nice work to get 7 out of that, and it's 2nd down.
They brought the blitz that time, and I thought they were going to get to him, but instead, he flipped it on its ear and ended up picking up positive yardage.
I thought he was dead to rights, but you are exactly correct. And he can't get a throw away. He's taken down. And now the Saints are going to take a timeout on defense, as they'll talk it over here before what will be an important 3rd down.
Great. 20.
Back to throw. And nearly intercepted there. That would have been ball game if he had clinched it and caught it. Instead, it gives him one more chance here on 4th down. And Gano's kick is right through. And with a little more than a minute to go, we are all tied. I tell you, the life of a kicker. He has not been called on the entire game. He's over there by the net, but they send him out here in the 4th quarter and say, hey, go tie the game, will you? And guess what? He comes through.
I just don't know how they do it. I really don't. These cats are a different breed from you and me. That's a pressure kick, but that one was never in doubt.
Out onto the field comes New Orleans. They've got work to do, but they do still have a bit of time here.
And they've got to feel comfortable with that, but they have all their play sequences called. If they get out of bounds, that allows them to huddle and call another play. But if they don't, it's hurry up to the line of scrimmage and either spike it and stop the clock or continue to move it downfield in order to try and get in range and win this game.
See if they can do just that. A really good pickup of 28 yards. So one play, and they're already just shy of midfield. Throwing his lock. Steps away to his left. And he's able to take it across midfield before going out of bounds. The completion good for 3, and it's 2nd down.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
To throw his lock. On the check down, he finds Kamara. And this time he's able to take it down to the 42. It's a gain of 7. Now the Panthers going to use the first of their timeouts as they stop it with 28 seconds to go in this football game. The Saints on 3rd down, 5 out of 9 thus far. They need just a yard here. It's 3rd and 1. Luck. And able to find Dorsett. And that's a touchdown as they've broken our tie here in the final minute of the 4th.
I don't know how many more of these my heart can take, my man. I just don't know. Another big touchdown. Late in the game, they look like they're in control, but still, there's a chance. Block the extra point, go down and score, kick the extra point themselves. They can pull this one out.
Yeah, but also on the sideline that just took the lead, you got to get your defense ready and the special teams unit for the kickoff coming up.
Yeah, you're exactly right. Got to pull everyone together and make sure they're still focused and aren't already celebrating a win.
And onto the field, here come the Panthers. One possession game, time very much a factor. How does the offense handle this situation?
Well, in a lot of cases, they should be somewhat relaxed. And I know that's counterintuitive because this is a pressure situation. But this is Friday practice every week of the season. You go over this situation, having to go downfield, limited timeouts, got to get out of bounds and keep the drive going and set yourself up. Defensively, you can't just lay back and let them do whatever they want. So it is a cat and mouse deal here. How much pressure will the defense bring, and how much pressure can the offense handle?
We're going to find out. Now a desperation. And, a crusher there as it's intercepted. Picked off by the linebacker, Demario Davis. And they will take over at the 29-yard line. The Saints in victory formation now as they'll take the knee. And the clock will now stop as a timeout is called with 5 seconds left. So Luck down to a knee, and that ought to be the final act of this ball game. A great come-from-behind victory in this one, Charles, and really the difference, obviously, was that fourth quarter. They dominated.